Man. What a fucking game. What a game. Welcome to this episode of Miguel's Minute Pod. Coming to you live after the NBA Finals Game 1, where the Pacers pull out another upset. Another come from behind win on the road to beat the Oklahoma City Thunder 111 to 110. Man, I don't even know what to say. Yeah, I got a lot of stuff to get into. Y'all stay tuned. Miguel's Minute Pod. Let's go. All right, man. Let's get straight into it, bro. Like I said, the Pacers win 111 to 110 over the Oklahoma City Thunder in another come from behind victory. First things first, let's get it on the Thunder. They did everything they could to win this game, but they also did a lot to lose this game. Dumbass shots. Lou Dort hits 5 threes and then he still shoots them. Bad possessions where they don't get anything out of them. One-on-one ball. That's what beat them. Because once you play in one-on-one ball with a team like the Pacers, you keep them in it. Now, here's where I believe the game, this is where I knew the game was going to be closer than what everybody might have thought it was going to be. Third quarter, we used to seeing the Thunder go on those crazy-ass runs. And every time they started to separate themselves even a little bit, the Pacers wouldn't let it happen. They would hit a three, they would get an and one, they do something to keep them within range. Whether it's like, when I say in range, I mean like 10, anywhere between 10 and 12 points. At one point, it got to like 17. But regardless, they never let it get out of hand. And with a team like the Pacers, man, you can't let them stick around. You have to finish your food. If we're going to use a basketball term, you have to finish your food. You have to put them away early or they're going to claw and fight until the end, which we've seen tonight. Now, SGA, almost 40 points on not so efficient shooting, but he still had his 40 or 38 or whatever. Now, everybody else on the Thunder, you guys performed well. I mean, you can't even really say anything. Jalen Williams, 17. Lou Dort, 15. Jalen Shea, 38. Caruso, 11. But then you got Chet, 2 for 9, 6 points. That's not going to cut it. You need a guy to be your third best player on this team. And it wasn't Chet tonight. And that's something that's going to end up haunting them in this game if they end up losing the series, which I don't think they're going to do. But if they were to lose the series, this game is going to be one that's got away from them. Now, going into what we're talking about, performers and everybody performing well, let's talk about the Pacers. They didn't have one player score 20 points tonight. They didn't have one player score 20. Pascal led them with 19, and he was 7 for 15. He had 19 and 10, a big double-double for them. He was huge for them in the fourth quarter. Him and Nembhard. Those guys in the fourth quarter led that comeback. Now, we all know Tyrese hit the shot. But without those guys doing what they did and Miles Turner hitting some huge buckets, that wouldn't have been a game. Shout out to the Pacers, man. I mean, they are literally defining the odds right now. And I hate to say this, but they're kind of looking like a team of destiny in a sense. Tyrese Haliburton is showing that he's not overrated. If anything, he's underrated at this point. I mean, you have to put him in the top 12 players in the NBA after this postseason performance, I believe. Now, at this point, he's blossoming into what we would call a superstar. Before this, he wasn't a superstar. Before this postseason run, he wasn't a superstar. But what he's doing right now in this postseason is something that only a few other players have done, as we've seen with the graphic that they showed with the most game-tying, game-winning, or go-ahead buckets. He's on that list with Michael and LeBron, which is huge. I mean, those guys are literally at the upper echelon of basketball talks. So Halliburton's doing his thing, man. But the thing with Haliburton that scares me, and he didn't have a great game tonight. Let's not act like he had a phenomenal game. He was very, very mediocre tonight. He hit the biggest shot of the night, of course, but he was very pedestrian up until that point. He cannot have a letdown game. He has to go score. I mean, they got lucky in this one, but he has to be a 20-point guy. He can't go out there and be putting up triple singles or, a double-double with 10, 12 points, 10 assists. That's not going to cut it against this Oklahoma City defense and their team. Because if we really being honest, Oklahoma City should have won this game. They lost this game more than Indiana won it. But neither here nor there. Still Indiana 1, Thunder 0. And that's something that's going, the Thunder have to rebound from it. Is this going to be something? They are a young team. Let's not forget they are a young team, and the Pacers have more experience than them. Is this going to be one of those games that haunt them? Like, damn, we let it get away, and it's going to hurt. It's going to make them struggle. Because one thing that can't happen, if I'm OKC, they cannot go down 0-2. If they go down 0-2 to Indiana, I don't see a world where the Thunder come back and win a series. But I also don't see a world where they go 0-2, playing at home. So, I mean, if I'm the Thunder, the adjustments I'm making are relatively simple. You have to do better. You have to do a better job on Nembhard. If I'm them, I might have to stick Lou Dort on Nembhard because he's their engine. Tonight, we seen the ball not even be in Haliburton's hands that much. It was more so when Andrew Nembhard, he was running the offense. He was doing the playmaking. He was doing all the stuff. He was scoring. He was doing everything in the fourth quarter, especially. But they took the ball out of Haliburton's hands and let him be the initiator, which is something that helped the Pacers in the long run and helped Tyrese and Pascal get other buckets. Now, OKC, the adjustment that they need to make, like I said, is that put Lou Dort on Nembhard, but also them starting Case and Wallace. I'm not too big on that because I think you could still start Hartenstein and be effective, and I think that's one of their advantages, having the double bigs that can guard. Because we've seen Hartenstein and Chet be able to perform at a high level together on the floor, no matter who's on the floor. They've been able to do it. So next game, if I'm them, I'm going back to my old start lineup. I'm putting Hartenstein back in there and bringing Case and Wallace off the bench. Because to be honest, Case and Wallace don't give you much tonight, other than some pretty good defense. I mean, he gave you 6 points, 3 for 9 shooting, which isn't too much. You know, if you're gonna put Case and Wallace in starting lineup, you might as well put Caruso there, in my opinion. So those are some simple adjustments that they're gonna make. But here's the thing with these adjustments: Dagenhalt and Carlisle are in two different realms. I just was having a conversation with somebody about Rick Carlisle the other day, and he might be a top 5 to 7 coach of all time. And if he pulls this off, he's definitely top 5. I mean, you got to think about the teams that he's won with, the teams that he's gotten over the plateaus. He's gotten teams to finals. He's done a lot. We forget those early years in Detroit in the 2000s where he won Coach of the Year and he was getting those Detroit teams into the playoffs when they really weren't supposed to. We forgetting that he was the head coach of the Mavericks when they won that championship. We're forgetting that he got them, to a great point with Luka and everything. We forgetting that now he's got the Pacers performing at this level multiple years in a row. He has to be considered one of the greatest coaches. And with that being said, man, Carlisle is a coach, like he's making adjustments on the fly. That is the tall tale of a great coach. A coach that can make adjustments on the fly. A coach that can see what's going on in the game from a different lens and be able to adjust and put players in the right positions and in the right situations to be successful, which is what he did tonight. I mean, if you wanted to look at the game in general, he didn't go away from what he does and what his team does. He never shot away from it, not 1 minute. He stayed locked into what his team does, and he knew he had to know at some point that it was going to be a close game. And I feel like he's one of those coaches that told his team, we seen the halftime speech. He's like, bro, we right there. Like, they're right there. They're down 10 or 11 points at halftime. He's not worried at all. He's instilling that confidence in them, and that's what you have to be as one of the best coaches in the NBA. But like I said, this was a great game, and if this is a tale of how this series is going to go, I want it to go 7. I want this series to go 7. It's not a contrast in style. They played damn near the same. I mean, Indiana did everything to lose the game. 20 turnovers in the first half, but Thunder didn't capitalize on them. Only 6 points off their turnovers in the first half. And the Thunder did what they do best. They got to the free throw line. They hit threes. They did all those things. They just couldn't, at the end, get that last stop off of a Haliburton shot. And, it happens. It wasn't bad defense. Kaysen was there, but it was just a better shot. I mean, it's one of those shots that you didn't – I mean, I'm going to be honest. Me watching the game, I said, damn, when he shot, I knew it was going in. But he wasn't in his normal shooting motion. He shot it. It went in, and that was it. I mean, at the end of the day, great offense always going to trump great defense. That's just what it is. But that's neither here nor there, man. I mean, this is one of those series where it can go either way. I still have the Thunder winning in 6, but you never know, man. Indiana's one of those scrappy teams that you just can't count out, and they show that moment in and moment out in these playoffs, man. I mean, this is a big win for them. This is one of those confidence boosters where it's like, shoot, if we can beat the best team in the NBA, who's been the best team in the NBA the last 2 years, literally the last 2 years, they've been the best team in the NBA. If they can go on their home floor in game 1 of the NBA Finals and win, that does nothing but put confidence in the battery in their back that they can pull the series out. And that's going to spark a whole different conversation about some of these guys, especially Haliburton. It's going to spark a whole different conversation about him. And then we're going to have a different conversation about Shea. It's going to be, well, can he get it done? Is he the guy? Can he do this? But we've seen him perform. He did his part. He does what he does. He shot, 12 shots in the first quarter? I mean, this is what he does. He was 5 for 11 or 5 for 12 in the first quarter. This is what he does. He's a volume scorer. We know what we're going to get from him. But just what the other guy's going to do. And, I mean, truthfully, Jalen Williams did what we expected from him, except he had a terrible shooting night as well. 6 for 19. He's 6 for 19. Shea, 14 for 30. If your two best players are going to shoot literally 20 for 49, I'm going to take that all day. I'm going to take that all day if I'm the Pacers. And they did. They capitalized on it, and that's how they ended up winning this game, man. I mean, big win for them, bro. Kudos to them, and kudos to Haliburton, man. I mean, let's talk about him real quick, man. This guy has been getting all the scrutiny, all the he's overrated talks, all these things going towards him the last month and a half, 2 months, or whether voted the most overrated player. And all he's done this whole postseason is say, shut the hell up and watch me work. And you can't really say nothing about it, bro. He is literally showing that he is one of the best point guards in the NBA. And you have to put him up there. I mean, this is what it is at this point. He's already probably the best pure point guard outside of maybe a Chris Paul. I mean, if we still going to consider him the best because he's still in the league. But Haliburton is definitely the best pure point guard in the NBA at this moment. And now he's shown that he can do it on scoring the ball as well. And this is giving me straight Steve Nash vibes. If you guys remember how Steve Nash was, he led, of course, the league in assists. And during the season, he averaged like 16, 17 points. But in the postseason, he always turned it up. Always turned it up in the postseason. And that's what Haliburton is doing, man. He's doing what he has to do to show that he is the engine of this team and that he can perform at this high level on this big-ass stage no matter who's there in front of him. He's been doing it. He did it in the Garden. He did it against the number one seed. He's been doing it all playoffs, and this is something that just continues to show. I mean, he's went through the gauntlet, if you want to call it that, so far in the East. Truthfully, I mean, he beat Giannis in the first round, got him out of there. Second round, goes to Cleveland, gets them out of there in 5 games. The number one seed, he beats them in 5 games. Literally 5 games, got him up out of there. Then he goes into the Mecca, New York, the Garden. 2 come from behind wins. Come on, man. You have to give the guy his credit. At this point in time, you have to give him his credit. It's not something that you can take away from him. He's doing his thing, and he's leading his team to wins. That's the most important part. He's leading his team to wins. They're not losing. He's doing his part, and he's leading them to wins. But like I said, my only downfall with him and my only issue with him is he has these games after these big ones where he has these major letdowns. He cannot have that against OKC. If he has one of those letdown games against OKC, they're going to get blown out. It's just what it is. They're going to get blown out. And OKC, I believe in game 2 is going to respond really well. They're going to come through. They're going to do what they have to do as a unit. But like I said, this Indiana team cannot be counted out. They are a team that literally fights and claws until that last second. They are a 48-minute team. They're not a 32-minute team, a 36-minute team, a 47-minute team. They are literally fighting and clawing until that last ticker. No matter when it is, if it's overtime or what, they are fighting until the last ticker. So you have to be able to finish your food against these guys. They've shown game in and game out in this postseason that they are resilient. They are literally going to fight. They're going to do everything they can to try to put themselves in position to win the game. And at this moment, they have the most clutch player in the playoffs. So if you get in a close game, they have utmost confidence that Tyrese Haliburton is going to bring them home. And if you have a team like that with that kind of grit, that kind of energy, that kind of thought process where they feel like if they're in the game that they can win the game, that's a scary thing. Even for the best team in the NBA, it's still scary. You know what I'm saying? It's just part of, if you're a basketball or any sport in general, if they have a guy, they have a dude, they have somebody that they trust, they have somebody that they just have utmost confidence in, there's nothing worse than seeing that on the other end. Now, like I said with OKC, they have some work to do. Not a lot of adjustments need to be made with them. They played their game. Their stars need to be more efficient, and they need more from Chet Holmgren. That's what they have to do to win. Even without Chet Holmgren performing at a decent level, they still were in that position to win the game. So you got to think that last possession for them before Tyrese hit the shot, they got the shot they wanted. Shea has hit that shot probably 1,000 times this year. That same exact shot from that same exact spot at least 1,000 times this year. This one time he missed it, and they didn't get a stop. You have to credit Carlisle again for not calling a timeout. Trust your guys. And he's been in this position so many times that he knew what he was going to do. He knew that if they got the stop, he wasn't calling a timeout. He knew that. And you have to credit it, because who knows if he didn't give them a chance to set up their defense, to get the matchups they wanted. All that stuff is big in a moment like this. Every possession matters in the finals. So, like I said, man, with that being said, man, I'm excited for this series. That was a hell of a game. A hell of a game. If I'm OKC and I'm an OKC fan, or if I'm, somebody that's betting on OKC, I'm not worried yet. But this is a Pacers team that you cannot count out, man. I'm going to say that one more time. You cannot count them out. I can't speak that enough, man, of how resilient this team has been. And it's been a team that's shocked me, to be honest with you. I didn't expect them to be this point, and I almost guarantee nobody did. But with them being at this point, man, it's like I said, they seem like a team of destiny. I've taken OKC to win the series, but, man, yeah, it's hard to bet against a team of destiny, man, and they're looking like it. The ball has bounced their way so many times. It's hard to bet against them. And like I said, they have a dude, man. He's showing his ass in this postseason. He's showing that he is a guy. He is one of the ones. And at this moment in time, all you can do is just take your hat off to him, bro. Hats off to the Pacers once again, man. Once again, the Pacers overtake the Thunder 111-110 without having a 20-point score. Don't forget that. That's huge. Didn't have a 20-point score, and they still got to win, man. But that's neither here nor there, man. Y'all enjoy this episode of Miguel's Minute Pod, this little mini-sode. Don't forget to follow and subscribe. Don't forget. Follow and subscribe. I got to get my followers up. All right? So I appreciate you. Y'all have a good night. And once again, like I said, follow and subscribe. Peace out. Have a good night.